All right, so we're going to use algebra to solve this one. Instead, if you were using technology, if you had Desmos, or if you had a graphing calculator, you could put this equation in one, this equation in the other, and find out where they intersect. That would be your solution. Really easy. Nice to have that technology. Nice if you're even solving something like this and you're wondering if I did it right, then you can use Desmos to check your answer. If you're solving it algebraically, right, these are the basic steps for solving a square root equation. And you've done these before in previous years. You have done this either in grade 10 or grade 11. What do you need to do? We need to isolate the radical. That's step number one. It is already isolated on this question. But if that 6 was on the other side, you move it over so you get that square root all by itself. The reason you want to get your square root by itself is so that you can square both sides. Okay? And something that also comes up in these ones, much like solving log equations, remember in log equations, you're not allowed to take the log of a negative number. Sometimes when you square both sides, you get an answer that actually doesn't work. For example, if I have -3, that's not equal to 3. But if I square both sides, I can make both sides 9. So in mathematics, sometimes when we do a mathematical operation, we create an answer that's not right. That can happen in this situation. So in this question here, the very first thing I would do is square both sides. Squaring a square root is really nice because the square root goes away. Squaring the other side, you have to be careful because you're actually going to have to FOIL and distribute everything. It's not just going to be 36 plus x squared. It's going to be 36 minus 12x plus x squared once you distribute everything. And this creates a quadratic equation. You know how to solve quadratic equations. You make one side equal to 0. And unfortunately in this question, which was hinted at in the original question by it says solve to the nearest 1,000, this means this does not factor. We would have to use our quadratic formula, negative b plus or minus b squared minus 4 times a times c over 2 times a, and go from there. So if we solve this, with our quadratic formula, we get x equals 12.2 and x equals 2.78. I would have to check both of those with the original question to make sure that they work. So I'm going to just zoom out here so we can see everything. And I will tell you an easy way to check to make sure that this one for sure doesn't work. If I plug in the 2.78, okay, on the right-hand side, I'm going to get the square root of something. The square root of something is always a positive number. Square root of 9 is always 3. When you square root both sides, you add the plus or minus, but when you are just doing a square root is always positive. Square root of 4 is just 2. Square root of 4 is never negative 2. However, if I plug the 2.78 into the right-hand side, I am going to get a negative number on that side. And if the square root is always positive, so this side is always positive, and the other side's gonna be negative, that's how I know I can cancel out 2.78 as a root that doesn't work. If I plug in 12.2, this side is positive, this side is positive inside, it's going to work. It's going to come out to an answer that is nice. So the answer is 12.2 without using technology. But again, you could double check this with technology. Did I give you the questions from the last one? Did I give you, yes, I did 10, 12, good. Question for this one is just number 9.